Previously, before the break, I was forced to abandon my position as a reactor in order to assume a position as a commentator, worldwide for many all around the world to hear, man. And I am glad to say that I am back in a reacting position because there is a new chapter, a new installment in the best-selling manga in history, man. I apologize for not being able to do this yesterday because the chapter did not come out whenever it usually comes out, and because of that everything was thrown into a loop, but it's okay. It's okay because everything worked in the way that it needed to work, and I am here now to read chapter 952 of the one, the only, the series that is going to surpass Batman and Superman in no time. That is known as the legendary One Piece, man. I love the title to this chapter. When I clicked on the site and I saw that chapter 952 was entitled Hiyori and Kawamatsu, I said it's already an awesome sauce chapter. I don't need to read it. I mean, I have enough faith in Oda because Oda's presented me 951 10 out of 10 chapters already. So like, what's another one? What's another one? With a title like that, and with how I feel about both of those characters, and knowing the initial backstory that was presented with those two characters and how much Hiyori cares for Kawamatsu, and I'm pretty sure how much Kawamatsu cares for Hiyori, this excites me heavily, man. Which probably means that we're going to be getting a flashback in this chapter. Now, I do wonder if it's going to be, if we're going to be like slowly moving into the Odin flashback. Well, I don't know, because this could indicate the end of Act 2 here. But regardless, man, let's get right into it. Well, actually, no, before we get into it, just a quick thing. Thank you very much to every single person who has voted in the chapter poll, or not in the chapter poll, I'm sorry. Soon there will be a chapter poll. But in the episode poll, I did in top 10 favorite One Piece episodes poll just recently, and if you have not voted yet and you want to, I'll leave a link to that in the description box down below, just in case you want to go and vote. I'm gonna leave it up for until episode. I keep wanting to say chapter. It's because I'm in the manga mood, bro. But whenever episode 900 drops, I am going to do a top 10 favorite One Piece, I keep saying chapters. Top 10 favorite episodes Recon's piece, alright? And it's going to be two of them. I'm going to do one as voted by y'all, you know, saying the results and whatnot. And the other one will be my own personal top 10 favorite episodes in the entire series. So if you're interested in that and you feel like you would like to vote, and I know it's difficult, trust me. I'm still haven't even finished my list, man. I'm like 15, I'm down to like 18, 15, somewhere on there of things that I know I want on the list. And I'm like, well, the rest of these are just going to end up being honorable mentions. I'm still ordering them and whatnot. But for those of you that have already voted, thank you. And for those of you that will vote, thank you very much as well, man. But without further ado, let's get right into this chapter. It's been now I see episodes. You see how life works? Now we're 2 chapters in, or it's been 2 weeks since the last chapter of the best-selling manga in history. So I'm very, very excited to see where we are going to go. So without further ado, let's get right into it. We see Chiffon right here with my man Capone, gang, Beji, bro. I can't wait to see him again in Stampede and see what he's up to and whatnot. Short-term focused cover, Page Serials, Part 24, Volume 3. My wife's wish is my wish. Capone's a goat, bro. Capone's a legend. The next day, Ringo Bandit Bridge. Zoro? Yes! Let's go! Bro, already? What even are you, friend? Enemy? What do you intend on doing with all the weapons you've stolen from passerby? Nah, bro. Zoro said, dog, I'm taking back the Shisui. Who's stopping me? Who's stopping me? Yo, my man Zoro had the Shelton Benjamin, bro. That man said, ain't no stopping me, no. Ain't no stopping me, no stopping. No stopping me, ain't no stopping. Ain't no stopping me, no. My man ended up with a Shelton Benjamin, bro. Like, yo, who's stopping me from getting what I want? We're getting the Shisui back, dog. Going up in like swimwear. I did not expect Oda to give us this quickly. What do you intend on doing with all the weapons you've stolen from passerbys? I love this panel, man. You have Zoro standing because this dude is such a massive individual that Zoro's just sitting on top of him like Luffy sits on top of the Thousand Sunny. And he's like, yeah, man. He's holding a blade at his throat. Give me back my blade. Don't throw away your life over a single sword. Zoro. There he goes. Flips up, Zoro gets off him. Hurry up! I refuse, never. Not that sword. Your Shusui is a stolen treasure of Wano. The day... Yo, hold on. Before I continue the dialogue. This panel right here is so gorgeous, man. You have the snow falling down upon the fields. I've been recently playing Red Dead Redemption, and I love the scenery whenever it snows, man. And this scenery right here, shown on this panel, looks absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous, man. You have the snow falling on top of the trees that you don't see the snow on top of. It doesn't matter because you see the snow like slowly but surely falling on top of it. But I think the main thing that makes me love this panel so much is the way that the water's drawn with kind of like the reflection off of it, and then the bridge on top, and then you see like little small pieces of them clashing. This is a very cinematic panel that I really hope they do justice in the anime. This right here is why I've been enjoying Wano so much, because Oda's had so many panels like this. But this panel's spectacular, man. I really hope that y'all give, I believe it's TV special number 4, which presents an alternate reality of the current One Piece universe in a samurai country. And it's really, really cool. It's like that Boss Luffy filler, if y'all remember it. The Boss Luffy filler originated from that TV special. That takes place like in this alternate universe and whatnot. So if y'all want to see like where that originally came from, watch TV Special 4, man. TV Special 4 has so many shots just like this that are so gorgeous, and you're like flagging. That's my favorite TV special, man. It really is. And shout out to Horace for letting me know that thing exists. But it's a really, really awesome TV special, man. And then this panel reminded me of it. The day that sword left this land is the day misfortune arrived. That loss incited the anger of the sword god. Yuma, bro. They call that man the sword god, bro. Not a beast, not a legend. They didn't call this man they call him the dragon slayer Yuma, bro. Like he's guts or something. But you know, they gave him a whole bunch of accolades. But the one that sticks out to me the most is sword god, bro. Like when you hear somebody with that name, dog, you bow. You're like, what? Excuse me, sword god? You give him the phone finger. You immediately start waving that thing in the air, dog. Like, yo, that guy's number 1. And they're like, sword god? Kidding me? Eventually our whole country was overrun. And remember who defeated the sword god? Remember who defeated the sword god, bro? The future world's strongest swordsman, Moss Head 3-sword style gang. Alright? It's proof in the manga. I'm not, you know, doing a promo on how good Zoro is. Not the manga did it for me. I don't have to do it. Go back and read through the bark. You'll see that the manga tells the story. I don't need to tell you. You know, man, the facts presented. What? Shusui? We see Hiyori right here. It looks like she's hiding behind a building, like she's on some chopper stuff. Like she's intentionally trying to hide, but like she's not hiding. And yo, you hear Zoro say, "God, stop your quarrel." Who's that? Stop your quarrel. Kawamatsu! Just like the chapter title indicated, man. I got so invested into my man's, into what Zoro was doing here that I forgot about the title. Yo, Kawamatsu. So now we're gonna be seeing the stuff between him and Hiyori. Yo, I love Kawamatsu's design, man. He's seriously, one of these days, and I know I say this a lot, but I need to sit down and do that Recon piece I've been wanting to do for a while, which is talking about my favorite character designs in One Piece, because One Piece is known for its wacky and weird character designs, but a lot of those wacky, weird, and character designs are my favorites in the series. You know, some that are really beast-looking, others that are just downright insane. Kawamatsu the Kappa is a combination of the two. Kawamatsu the Kappa is a true One Piece design, man. It just looks so beast, but it wouldn't look as beast to me, I think, and like it's somebody else's art style. Like it's perfect because it's an Oda's art style and just the way that he draws. And I like it a lot, man. I mean, for God's sakes, man. He's a pro wrestling samurai, bro. He's a sumo samurai. My man will be out here hitting you with a sumo technique with his blade. You know how much of a goat you have to be in order to do that? You know how much of a legend you have to be a Kappa? And be a pro wrestler, a sumo wrestler, and also carry within you the aspirations of the sword? And the blade, man, that speaks to you, man. My man's probably got a Zanpakuto. Goes Bankai on a daily basis. What a goat, bro. Kawamatsu, man. What an excellent panel right here of Zoro blocking Kawamatsu's panel. He's like, oh. Goes back, Zoro flips back. He's like, whoa, this guy's different. He's different. Ka-pa-pa-pa-pa. Why indeed. And you have an excellent panel right here of Kawamatsu, man, holding his blade like it's a knife. Are a samurai and monk fighting out here in the wilderness? Neither of you wishes to kill the other. How droll. Kawamatsu, is that you? How do you know my... How do you know my... Excuse me? A fishman? This man Zoro called him a fishman? Yo, Zoro, open your eyes, bro. I mean, I only have one, but... Yo, Zoro, man. You gotta get your eyes checked. But this man called him a fishman. I mean, I don't know. Maybe Kawamatsu kind of does like a... Kind of does look like a fishman. I mean, he technically kind of is. He's a kappa. He's like a mythical fishman. Like, if there's like a certain thing when it comes to the fishman... to the fishman race, like on top there's like a mythical fishman, then okay, I could see it. How do you know mine? And then you see that it stops, so it's like he recognizes who it is. Onishi. I gotta resume my role. Are we back? Hold on. All right. We're contacting. All right, and? Ladies and gentlemen, we are live here in Onigashima. It appears that I was wrong. Last week, I thought that what we were going to see was going to be the end of it for quite some time, but it appears that the dragon himself, Kaido, Lord Kaido of the greatness of Wano, chillin' up there in the blue skies, the blue eyes, white dragon, ultimate dragon, dragon master knight, all of them bow in the presence of the true blue dragon, the red eyes blue dragon, Kaido, king of the beasts, Hyakuju no Kaido. And he's facing one-on-one with absolutely nothing but their pride, their honor, and their past in the line. He is facing Charlotte Linlin, Big Mom, once again the mother of two of the greatest post-time skip characters we have seen so far in Pudding and Katakuri, a legend who just by eating a slice of cake gets enough energy to be able to take out thousands upon thousands upon thousands of souls. She is so GOAT that she runs taxation through souls. You think that those in American history would love to have a technique like that? They didn't. And that's why they tax people through money. Big Mom is so legendary. She does not need money. Her currency is souls. And you're telling me these two legends? One who was a master of souls and another one who was a master of being a dragon? Fighting one-on-one? Everybody better get out. I've been saying it since last week. I called an emergency plug. I said, everyone pull out of there, get out, leave the planet, take wherever the Celestial Dragons did whenever they first initially came down, because that's the theory, man. They came down from the moon, landed down here, and that's how we got the Celestial Dragons. You know? But on a serious note, ladies and gentlemen, this is not a drill. If you are in the vicinity, if you are on the planet Earth, exit the premises. We still have Big Mom and Kaido clashing. The waves are rustling. Earthquakes are moving. Hurricanes are starting. Tsunamis are floating. It's a crazy time. It's a crazy time. And right there in the midst of all of this, you have the two legends. I love how Oda is coming right back to Big Mom and Kaido in the middle of this bout. And we see a facial expression of both of them looking, and it just tells so much. You see Big Mom's facial expression telling the story of like her just wanting to straight up just test it. Just test how much Kaido has changed in the past few years. And you see that Kaido is out here just trying to defend his territory, dog. Man said, you want it, you go and get it. You go and get it. Right here we're looking at some of the civilians. When will their fight end? They'll be at it through the night. This island won't last. The island, the planet. Why do people keep underestimating the planet? But I mean, unless like Instant Messenger Sama does some sort of like a technique, dog. Like right now, because he already knew, because Instant Messenger Sama is so legendary that he summoned like some sort of technique, dog. Like he has like the scrolls of legend. Like my guy is out here. Like Sekiro was easy for him. That's how legendary my man is. You know. Instant Messenger Sama has a Game Boy Advance from the past, bro. His Game Boy Advance is so GOAT, it works with no batteries. That's how legendary Instant Messenger Sama is. And you see Instant Messenger Sama on here, man. He's going A, B, A, B. You know, he's pressing some sort of code. He has a cheat code for life, dog. So he's going up, and he's pressing up, up, down, down, B, Y, B, Y. You know, a big head cheat code for Grand Theft Auto Vice City, dog. He's just, and what that is that it's creating a barrier so that everyone around Onigashima and like outside of it will be protected. You know, instead of over Onigashima, it's probably gonna get screwed. But because of Instant Messenger Sama's force field cheat code activated by his invisible Game Boy Advance back at the Marijoa, everyone else will be safe. That is coming in. First breaking news report by Adrian Wojnarowski. 100% confirmed. I just received it over on the line. Breaking news. My man's Instant Messenger Sama is truly protecting us all from danger, man. Do you really think we should evacuate the mainland? What kind of idiot would run away when his boss is in a fight, you bloody cowards? Yo, let him know, Queen. Let him know. More importantly, has there been any word from Udon? We still can't get through to the snails. I think I'll go check on things then. Queen's going back? Queen's going back? Ladies and gentlemen, we have breaking news. Queen is going back to Udon. You're just trying to get away from here, Lord Queen. So it's like, when he initially was saying, like, no, you cowards, you need to stay here. And then he himself comes up with an excuse to go leave. What do you mean? I'll be back, I promise. Bring. Yo, Queen here. Yeah, Queen! Chief Jailer Babanoki here, reporting from Udon. Oh, God. He's gonna tell him the news. Looks like you brought the snails back online, huh? Yes, I brought quite a few men with me. If you're short hands, we can spare some. I'll head over. He's still trying to make a casual exit from Onigashima. We do not need any help for the time being. And he got rejected? Yo, my man's got rejected hard, bro. He said, we do not need any help for the time being. Queen was like, yo, this is going to be my escape. My guy is answering. And instead, my dude was like, no, stay over there. Stay your butt over there, dog. We don't need you. Don't press A on the co-op mission. Do your own solo mission, dog. We don't need you. Straw Hat Luffy, Captain Kidd, and all other troublemakers have been locked away in cells. What the fuck? No, that has to be some sort of, either they're forcing him to talk that way or somebody must have. Is there anybody that we know that's right there that can like change their voice and their face? There isn't. So that would mean that they're forced in a position where like they were tortured or not tortured. They would never do that, but like where they got beaten up so bad where they proceeded to reveal this news in this way to Queen. That has to be the only explanation. Because there's no way in the Flying Fight. We saw Kid and Hawkins ready to go out. And when Kid and Hawkins go out like that, you know that they ain't coming back until Onigashima. I mean, not Hawkins, I'm sorry. Kid and Killer. Freaking Kid and Killer, man. Yo, my man Kid was ready to go on his own steel ball run. Like, my man said, yo, there's a journey and an adventure waiting for me, and I'm going on it. I'm going on my own journey. I'm going to find my own roundabout path, dog. Shout out to my boy Kid. I just wanted to report that nothing was out of the ordinary. You sure? You want me to come check? Lord Queen! Udon prisoner's mine. The call is finished. How was that, master? Nah, Tama was the one that tamed. And y'all kept telling me, what is Tama's role? What is Tama gonna do? This is what Tama does. Tama tames people. When people see the daughter of the king, when people see the daughter of Straw Hat Monkey D. Luffy, the future king of the pirates, already king of the pirates in my heart, they're gonna immediately bow me without even a second chance. Tama's conquer King Haki? They don't want none of that. They don't want to think of it. Tama's out here conquering, dog. Well done, good boy. What fearsome magic to be able to use a millet dango to control the enemy. Yo, Raizo shook, bro. He's like, yo, this little girl is doing what no one else could even imagine. That's Tama, dog. Apparently it works on animals and anyone with animal-type magic powers. In Caribou, man, we haven't seen this man in a minute. Hee, things went quite well. And now we've got a few thousand samurai that are supposed to be locked up on our side. On the day of the final battle, we'll scare the crap out of our enemies. Yo, man. Can you imagine Caribou? I mean, ever since the beginning of the arc, whenever we saw him, I still think that he's going to turn heel. Just based off of everything that we know. I mean, there has to be a reason why back in Fishman Island he was observing and doing everything that he was. There's no way Oda's going to input that. And there's no reason that there has to be a reason why Caribou was introduced in the first place in the manner that he was. And we know that he's a sleazy one, so I'm gonna keep an eye on him for sure. I mean, just as all of us are. But I want to know what Oda has in store for whenever he gets to Onigashima. And who is he truly reporting to? Like, what if he's not actually reporting just solely to Kaido? What if there's somebody else, like, within his thing? I don't know. We'll see, man. We'll see. Now we've got a few thousand samurai that are supposed to be locked up on our side. On the day of the final battle, we'll scare the cover of our enemies. It's all thanks to you, Caribou. Indeed, y'all owe me a favor now, see? Oh, here he goes. Here he goes, man. With the favors. Lord Chopper Man! Yo, Chopper Man? Those are some goat filler episodes, man. This debt, we intend to repay it even if it costs our lives. It's okay, that virus was actually pretty easy to deal with. I don't need you guys to be in my depth. Sounds intense. Chopper don't care, dog. Like, yo, Chopper legit helps people out of the kindness of his own heart, man. He is what a doctor in my mind. I mean, I know people gotta make their money, dog. You know, no question. People gotta make their money. And we know the doctors make a lot of that money, man. And for the responsibility and how long they stay up on a daily basis, they damn sure better get their money. And with how many people's lives are in their hands, I understand the responsibility. Make them get paid, dog. Like, pay the docs. But Chopper is what Oda's, I think, representing with Chopper, and I think he always has, is just what a doctor should truly strive for, which is to put the health and the situation at hand with his patients above everything else, and to secure that they will be okay over anything else, man. With no ulterior motives, which is why I believe that Chopper is the character that he is. I'm glad Luffy Taro's back in action, though. My boy the King is back! Let me hear it, boys! Yeah! Luffy Taro! Here we got Hyogoro, man. Fufu, just by bringing back Lord Momonosuke, he's won this much trust. Boss Hyogoro, I never expected us to meet again, not in this life. Oh, the Yakuza bosses of each village? We're about to see my boy the Dragon of Dojima? What? Is that Tent Head? Who is that? Hakumai, Udon, Ringo, and Kibi. The names? Hold on. Oh, no. The Yakuza boss of Udon. I thought it was their name. I was about to say, damn, bro, they're so legendary that their names, or the cities, or the places are based on their names, but no. The Yakuza boss of Udon is Blood Letter Umasa. Yo, that's a beast name. When he's got a scar. When you have a scar, you know you've been through it, dog. Blood Letter Umasa. Then you have Hakumai. It looks like the Tent Head dude from the Oniwaban. So he looks dope. Broken Hat Tsunagoro. Then we have, from Ringo, we have Moonflower Ocho. Ooh, hey, Moonflower Ocho's looking like good. And then from Kiwi, we have and Snake Eye Yatape. I'm not gonna lie, this guy looks beast too, and he also has a scar. All four of them have nice designs. Man, my man's hair, Snake Eye Yatape, bro. My guy's hair is out here, dog. It is out here. It's connecting to his beard and all, man. Same here, I'm glad all of you are safe. Yo, they all put respect. Look at this, bro. They're bowing before yo, how beast was Hyogoro in his prime, bro? When you have other Yakuza bosses, like, coming on here, dog, getting on one knee, bro, and, like, doing, like, the Pichu to Meruem, bro, just like, yeah, like, yo, and then Hyogoro just sitting there, yo, chilling, like he's the GOAT. Yo, Hyogoro must have been a GOAT, man. I mean, he already is one, but in his prime, my guy was real deal out here as a Yakuza boss. Same here, I'm glad all of you are safe. Please do not shower us with your praise. Yo, they have really, really cool clothing designs too, man. Really nice designs. What's his name? Tsunagoro. He has like a sort of similar design in terms of like the checkerboard clothing that Tanjiro does from Yaiba. From what I can gather right there. I really like Moonflower Ocho's design too when it comes to her clothes. Looks like she has flower tattoos on her as well, but it's the hair. The hair is so dope. I wonder what colored hair that is. But nah, man, yo, Umasa has some fire design. I didn't notice he has bells coming down right here. Yo, my guy's out here wearing like an old 1700s wig. You know, back in the 1700s, especially in the United States, you would have individuals that would like wear like those long, like really weird wigs. Yo, my guy's out here rocking one of those wigs, but he has bells going down, dog. Like, yo, he's so GOAT that he doesn't care if people know that he's coming up behind him. He uses those bells for you to fear. Like, yo, when he's walking through the street and you hear the bells, the legend, Umasa-sama, Blood Letter Umasa-sama. Yo, that's fire. Looks like Kenpachi from Bleach, man. That's what I was liked about his character. Like, he always had those bells so that people would know that he wasn't sneaking up on him. He wanted to give him, like, a fair shot. You feel me? And that's what this dude right here is, the vibe he's giving off. And he's huge. This man looks massive. He almost looks like he shouldn't go to the toilet after taking a bath. Excuse me? Now you must away. We will gather up the remaining rebels that are in hiding throughout the country. Oh, these guys are all characters. Looks like you're pretty important too, Gramps. Gramps. Yo, look at them, bro. They're like Gramps. Nah, but y'all gonna realize who you're talking to, bro. That's the king, dog. You're gonna pay for that, kid. And you see that he immediately goes out. Yo, he puts the king in a headlock. And you see Sunagoro goes out here and grabs a knife. Rip out your nails. Cut off a finger. Tear off an ear. What do you want him to do, boss? Give the order. Stop it. The boy saved my life. Look at Yogoro. Looks like you just barely got away with your life, kid. Be careful in the future. Like I care, you bastard! Yo, Luffy hit him with a classic old man thing, bro. Like, get off my lawn, damn it! Now that I might finally have a report for Kinemon. Could he abandon poor Itachi? Oh, we're back to where was going on with Kinemon and in Ashura Doji and them, and in Urashi. I see. So the Korean man that went to steal the blueprints some time ago was actually you. We've been looking for these for so long. The blueprints to Kaido's man. Oh yeah. The blueprints, right, that they were talking about earlier on the arc? I'm trying to remember exactly what chapter that was. I do recall that being a plot point that was introduced earlier on the arc. Or maybe I'm tripping. Maybe it was a theory. But I know that it was something that happened earlier on in the arc, man. See, I need to go in. I already need to reread volume 91. I already need to go back and reread volume 91. But I do believe that was a plot point that was introduced. The blueprints to Kaido's mansion in Onigashima. We can use these to plan our strategy in enemy soil, dude. Dude, the blueprints to Kaido's mansion, dog. Like, you know what that's gonna be? The walk to Kaido's mansion. Like I've been telling y'all for so long. I'm telling you, man. It's initially gonna be a stealth mission. It's initially gonna be a stealth mission where they're gonna want to go up in like somewhere, go up against Kaido. But it's gonna end up being a walk. There's no way that Oda brings back all of the Straw Hats and this entire alliance together for the first time in so long and not give them a walk, bro. Like, yo, can you imagine this Kaido chilling, dog, in this mansion, and you at it's over, man. It's over. You really are the best. Flattery still doesn't work on him, you know? Quit butting in, Inu. You see the Ashura and Doji and Urashi, the way they interact. Raizo? How's it going? Did you rescue Luffy Taro? Yes, but that's not all. It's a bit of a long story, but the number of men that will fight along us has also just shot up. Thanks to Momonosuke, dog. 3,500 men! And you saved Luffy Taro and you found and released Kawamatsu? Now the mine is your base of operations? Where'd they find that many? How'd they do all that on a mere mission to save Luffy? So Kawamatsu was in their hands, too. There he had more men that wished to fight alongside us, but there is another problem that we must address. While there are many weapon factories around Wano, all of them produce only weapons for export. Only weapons for export. And we knew that, you know, back in Dressrosa, there was a lot of illegal weapon trades, which is what the Revolutionary Army was investigating. And also, I believe why CP0 was also here in the arc, too. Oh my. All of them produce only weapons for export. What the samurai want to use are swords and spears. At present, possession of weapons has been forbidden across Wano by Orochi. If we can't outfit the men that wish to fight for the rebellion, it won't last long. I see that as a problem indeed. A serious one at that. Swords, eh? I have some developments to share with you as well, but I will hold off. I will check on our final troop count. I will depart now for Braided Hat Village and make that my base of operations. Raizo, gather up in as much detail as you can about your situation. And he summons Phoenix, like Osamu Tezuka's Phoenix right here. It's like a rooster. I don't know what this thing is, dog. Understood. And we switch back. Okay, so now we're back and we're gonna see hopefully now the thing with Kawamatsu and Yuri. Before we get into that, I just want to get one thing off my mind. So, based off of what we just read right there, where he says like the final troop count, that tells me that's like a ring off from Oda saying, yo, like we're getting into the final stages before we start invading this place. But what's also very interesting is that now that is true. Like they're going to want to go and get weapons for these individuals. So that means the plot here on Wano has still not finished. But then Kinemon also has something that he needs to report as well. So we'll see what happens there. But anyways, let's see what happened here in Ringo Band Bridge. Kawamatsu, man! Never would have thought that I'd meet you here in a place like this. That's gotta be Hiyori. Yeah, Hiyori goes and she hugs Kawamatsu. But the fact that you are alive and well fills me with happiness, Lady Hiyori, dog. Yo, I can imagine the adventures they must have been on together, man. Like, seriously. If y'all, another Yakuza reference for earlier on in the arc, or earlier on the chapter, with like what's going on with Hyogoro and like the other Yakuza bosses, it appears now another thing. If you guys ever played Yakuza, the main character Kiryu, he's around. He picked up a little girl, kind of like a stray cat, a type of thing, who belonged to this to his. Well, I don't want to go into many spoilers, but just know that he used to travel around with this girl a lot, and that's like been like the main relationship throughout like the entire series. Or if you're into Gintama, like with Gintoki and Kagura, whatever the case may be, I've always enjoyed stuff like that. When it comes to how certain character interactions can bloom from like a father-daughter, father-son type of relationship like that, because it's so cool because they're not blood related, but because of the situations and the conflicts and the circumstances surrounding it, they do bond and they do end up really trusting in each other. And even though they aren't, The Last of Us is another really good one, where like they're not blood related, but you can truly see it as like a familial bond. And I love stuff like that, man. It's always something that hits home and it hits close to my heart. So to see that Kawamatsu and Hiyori had that type of relationship too, as indicated throughout earlier in the series, I'm gonna really enjoy the more that we see from those interactions. Come to think of it, she did say that after her parents died, she was raised by a Kappa. That she did. I'm so sorry. Back then I was so scared, and always gave me any food you found. Yo, man. And you always gave me... My boy Kawamatsu didn't eat, dog. He made sure he only ate. I couldn't bear to see you waste away year after year, especially because you could easily subsist if you were on your own. I couldn't bear the thought of you dying to save me. Yo, he already is looking back on it now like, dog, I caused you so much pain and struggle, but I guarantee you that Kawamatsu looks at you more as a daughter now than ever, dog. Like, he's so happy they're just alive and safe. Kawamatsu, yo. I got so scared. I'm sorry for running. What a kind reason. So that's how it was. Well, as you can see, I've gotten quite fat in the years since. Yo, my man said he got fat. Sometimes Kawamatsu didn't always look like this? That's interesting. But even then, I think his fat design looks beast. Like, yo, if he would have always looked like this, I would have been like, heck yeah, man, my man was looking fresh. So he didn't always look like this then. Obviously, because he was stuck inside of the prison for so long. But, man, that's awesome. It was nice seeing those panels of those two in their reunion, because you can truly see in just those couple of panels just how much, not only how much Hiyori cares for Kawamatsu, but how much Kawamatsu also cares for Hiyori. Because he's not going out for the praise or anything, dog. He's genuinely happy that she is alive and well, man. That's all he cares about, bro. And I love stuff like that, dog. It's home, baby. Is that an attacker? One of Kaido's men? You see my man's right here, he gets shot? Oh, Flagnards. Who comes? Yo, and you have Kawamatsu the Kappa saying, who comes? You tell, you answer. Well, we're here for revenge, Yukimaru. These guns can take out a wild beast. You've stolen away so many of our weapons that we're taking them all back today. Are these your friends? Doesn't matter, shoot them all. Lady Hiyori, get down. Yo, Zoro and Kawamatsu working together? And you have Kawamatsu go in and he bones a whole bunch of them. And the other side we see Zoro too. Oi, wait, why are you running again? Lord Kawamatsu, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you're okay. Lord Kawamatsu. And then Oda ends the chapter there, bro. See, man, this is the... Flipping flag darts, bro. Yo, so that means Yukimaru knows Kawamatsu, because Kawamatsu knows Hiyori, and of course Hiyori has a relationship with Zoro. Now we're gonna have all these plots come together. He's probably gonna give the sword back to Zoro. So that means next chapter we're gonna get a lot more insight into the backstory, what was going on there with Kawamatsu and Yukimaru, possibly some more from Kawamatsu and Hiyori. And like I said, because Hiyori and Zoro know each other, now that's gonna connect all of that together, and it's gonna connect them into the plot and overall plot of Onigashima. Oda with these little threads that you're like, man, why is this happening now? And then whenever you see it happen later on, you're like, this is why. This is why. And he's crying, bro. So you know that this man must have really cared about Kawamatsu, bro. Whether he was like a student, or whether he was someone who just followed the Kozuki family and really cared about the 9 Scabbards, or like I said before, it feels like it's Kawamatsu because this is Lord Kawamatsu. Well, then again, if you're following like one of the 9 Scabbards, and I guess you would call them all lords, but this is all going to lead into Zoro getting his blades back, and possibly finding out more about Ryuma from Kawamatsu. Kawamatsu seems like he has a lot of knowledge. We'll see what happens, man. We'll see what happens. I am looking forward to seeing what happens next, though, because now with all of these things happening in the way that they are, you can tell that Oda's really heading towards the end of Act 2 and building up towards Onigashima. And I know that we've been feeling like that for the past couple of weeks, but it feels like with every single chapter you have more and more questions. You get some answers and then more questions. And then, of course, I'm excited for every time we go back to Onigashima. We got some trolling with Queen. I love Queen, bro. Queen is such an awesome character. But with Big Mom and Kaido and the way they're still going to be clashing, it's not going to end overnight, so they're going to keep fighting over it that way. But I feel like at the end of their battle, they are going to reminisce about the past, for sure. I mean, that's pretty much inevitable at this point. And then, of course, it's going to be having here with Kinemon, and now he's going to be answering back to Raizo, and how they're going to be taking care of situations both on each other's ends. They're going to need some more weapons before they go out and they infiltrate Onigashima. Of course, Tama, man, going out there and using her ability in order to tame these individuals. That was really cool, because it's something that we had seen to like a smaller scale, but that's on a large scale right there. Like even taming to the point to where they would go up against Kaido, knowing who Kaido is, but they don't care. That Kibi Dango's too good. So that was really nice. Once again, very interested on seeing where the plot of the blueprint for Kaido's mansion is going to go, because every plan in One Piece goes wrong. So just to see that they have a blueprint to Kaido's mansion, I want to see if this will be like the one time it goes semi-right. Because I feel like they're going to have to do two things, where you have one company who goes in and infiltrates on a stealth mission to Kaido's mansion, and then another is straight up just going in from the front. But we'll see what happens there. But aside from that, I really, really enjoyed this week's chapter. Oda's been on a roll when it comes to these chapters that are going from like thing to thing to thing to thing. Like just going back and skimming through this chapter. The beginning right here was with immediately transitioning from what we just had in Onigashima to Zoro seeing Yukimaru. And that was such an awesome stuff right there. Really beautiful panel right here too. And then seeing Hiyori shocked about the fact that Zoro actually had the Shusui. Zoro reacting to the fact that they call him the Sword God. Ryuma, Kawamatsu showing up, and everything's clicking together. And of course we go back to Onigashima, Queen trolling, and that of course leads into the Udon, where we see what happened with Tama, and whatnot. Caribou, what's going to be happening with Caribou, because now Caribou feels like everybody owes him a debt. So, and once again, Caribou's the type of character that we need to keep an eye on him for as long as this arc goes on. We got to meet some of the Yakuza bosses, and they all have really nice designs. Bloodletter Amasa has a fresh design. When you have bells, bro, you're a goat. But Moonflower Ocho, Broken Hat Tsunagoro, and Snake Eye Yatape also have really awesome designs as well. That was cool. I really like that part, because it just shows what kind of a man Hyogoro was in his prime. Like, everybody truly respected this man as a legend. Like, when you have other bosses respecting you in the way that these individuals did, you know that Hyogoro was a GOAT. And because Hyogoro was that GOAT, and he respected Odin, and people damn sure respected Odin, you feel me? So, Odin had the respect of everyone in the underworld, man. Odin must have been a legend. I can't wait to find out more about Odin. And then, of course, what I said about Kinemon. We'll see what happens there. But yeah, and then going back right here to the end, I really, really love these panels, man. Like I said, I have a soft spot for stories like that, which is exactly why I love Gintama so much. A part of it, because who knows, Kawamatsu must have been in such like a massive depression at that time after what happened. Losing Odin was probably one of his best friends, and all these other individuals, not knowing if they would ever come back. With Kinemon and all them, man. Hiyori was probably the only thing that kept him up. And like in the same way that Hiyori must have kept Kawamatsu's hopes and dreams alive, was the same way that Kawamatsu kept Hiyori's hopes and dreams alive. And so it worked well with each other. And I'm pretty sure that they have that relationship that's going to last forever in terms of she'll always know that she'll be able to depend on him in the same way that he can depend on her. But what I don't like about this is that with a relationship like this can also come a sacrifice, man. And I really, really hope that Kawamatsu doesn't die saving and protecting Yuri, man. I'm not expecting it to be the case, but if something like that were to happen, it would destroy my heart, bro. It would destroy me. But going back into the way that Oda's been writing this arc so far, right after we see Yukimaru get shot, and then we have Kawamatsu and Zoro working together to bone these dudes. This is gonna look amazing in the anime. I cannot wait for this, yo. But Kawamatsu goes up in like swimwear, and so does Zoro. And then we see that Yukimaru, of course, says that he is that he knows Kawamatsu, and the fact that all of this is all now coming full circle, and we're gonna be seeing everyone coming together for our battle for Onigashima. Now, the Yukimaru, of course, has all of these blades, right, under his possession. So the obvious thing that you can think of is that these swords that Yukimaru has, he is going to disperse amongst the entire army that we're going to have. But at the same time, I feel like Oda can also use it to have some sort of infiltration or some sort of mission happening in Wano while at the same time happening in Onigashima. But it would have to happen before, to where they can find like a stash of weapons somewhere. But no, I feel like Yukimaru being introduced as having all of those weapons is going to come into, like, I feel like there was a reason for that. And that reason was to give all the weapons to all the soldiers that are going to be fighting in Onigashima. But at the same time, I feel like Oda kind of has to address what with Orochi's oppression of not allowing anybody to have weapons. He could combine the two of them, and he's Oda. He could do it in some way. But regardless, I really, really enjoyed this week's chapter. Once again, highlights Hiyori and Kawamatsu and their reunion stuff. But meeting the Yakuza bosses, seeing what was going down there with Kinemon, and Raizu's conversation was very interesting, man. And some of the stuff that happened as well. It was a chapter that flowed very, very well, and I enjoyed it because it felt like, just like how the last couple chapters of Wano have felt, where you're seeing these certain things bouncing back together, but it just flows so nicely, and it raises so many questions that it just gets me excited. And like Oda's still in the plant in the setup stages, so I'm super excited to see the payoff for a lot of this stuff, man. And shout out to Kaido and Big Mom for still going up in like swimwear, forcing me to go out into commentator mode again, and then Queen, being a troll. But overall, main highlight, Hiyori and Kawamatsu, as the chapter title indicates. That was awesome, just being able to show somebody's relationship and how much they care for each other. And in just a couple of panels. That was absolutely beautiful. But another great sauce of a chapter. Cannot wait for next week, man. I will see y'all next time. Let me know in the comment section down below what y'all thought about this week's chapter. Once again, I apologize for being late on this, man, but we're here. We finally read it, and I'm so happy I did, man. I will see y'all next week for another installment of the best-selling manga in history. I'll see you in the comment section, dog. Shout out to Kawamatsu, bro. Kawamatsu and Zoro out here, dog. Going up in like swimwear saying, y'all want some? Come get some, baby. We good.